All right, today we're going to solve equations using division. So if we take a look at this, we've got 2b equals 10. So our goal is to isolate the b. It's going to be by itself. Now if we look here, we've got a 2 that's attached to the b. Now if you recall earlier in the year, what that actually means 2 times b. So it's actually going to look like this. It's actually 2 times b equals 10. Now, if we think back to our rules here, if we're trying to move a number, we want to do the opposite of whatever they're doing with the number. And in this case, they're multiplying. It's 2 times b. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So let's go back over here. So 2 times b, so now we're going to divide by 2. So we're going to write 2b divide 2. And remember, bring down your equal sign, and whatever change you make on one side, you have to make that same change on the other side of the equal sign. So here we're dividing by 2, so we come over to the right side, and we also divide by 2. Now, if you recall, 2 divide 2 is 1. So we're going to have 1b on the left side. Bring down your equal sign. 10 divide 2 is 5. Now, remember, in algebra, we don't put the 1 in front of the b. All right? So what we do there is we just write it as b equals 5. b equals 5. We just don't show the 1. And the reason is the 1 doesn't change anything. Remember, 1 times b is b. So we say b equals 5. I want to show you another way to write this out. So we've got 2b equals 10. Now, if we come back up here, we said this means multiplication, 2 times b. So we're going to do the opposite of whatever they're doing with the 2. They're multiplying, we're going to divide. Now, I'm just going to write it in a slightly different way. Here I said 2b divide 2. We can also write it as a fraction. Say 2b over 2. And remember, that also means divide. And then we can come over to the right side and we can do the same thing. We can say 10 divide 2. See? It's written as a fraction, but remember, it's also an operation. It also means divide. Okay? 2 divide 2 is 1. 1b. Remember, we're not going to write the 1. We're just going to write it as b. b equals 10 divide 2 is 5. Now, either of these methods is correct. We can write it this way, or we can also kind of write it as a fraction. They're both correct. But in high school, we tend to lean with this writing style. So, if we can kind of do it that way and get accustomed to it, it would be better. All right. Thank you very much, guys.